put a smile on my face.
See, that's what I get for being in a hurry. Hey, good evening to everybody. It's been a while since I've been back on. It's been a rush tonight, guys. I've been having to work late, and I just barely got to eat dinner and get on here. But I didn't want to get out here and not leave you guys with something that we're trying to do. Yes, hi, Miss Sharon. Hi, Stephen Hicks. Yeah, Icebox, you're not crazy. You know I am. Not so perfect Bigfoot show. Hey, Miss Vicky, how you doing? Hugh Freeze. Yes, sir. Mr. Athens, my buddy, right there he is. Good to see you, buddy. Cap and Cage Free, I see you in there. Got to get you on the show one of these days, Cap and Cage, just for fun, just for kicks. Matter of fact, guys, up there at the top, if you scroll up, you will see a link to get on the show if you want to. Uh, don't have much tonight as far as a guest, but I got some announcements and to talk a little bit to you guys. Hey, Van, I see you in there. Uh, yeah, I know I'm crazy. Anyways, here's the thing. As you can tell, I am wearing the shirt that I had made up. I had to go through some things, make sure that we can work this out. And let me just show you what it looks like. Let me move that microphone out of the way, guys. Let's see if I can do this right. Go the other way. Straighten it out. Which way does it go? There we go. Don't believe. And Bigfoot. Okay. Backside. See if I can do it this way if it does better. You can kiss my Bigfoot's ass. That's what I got, guys. I wanted you to see them, and let me see here. Let me scroll down. Apparently, Waylon's not going to be here tonight. And that's okay, because all I want to do, guys, is to tell you what we're fixing to do, and y'all tell me if I'm crazy or not. We are fixing to do a camp out. And guys, this is a tent camp out. It's 3 guys, and I'm gonna tell you one of them. Let's see, uh, Neil Decker. He's a new guy to all this Bigfoot stuff, and he has decided to come and be with me and to learn and spend the night with us out there in the woods. I'm wondering if he's not the one that's going to be crazy. To be honest with you, yeah, I like that T-shirt. I really do. The lady I got done it for me. She done a great job, and I really like it. But we had a little problem. We didn't know that apparently these shirts you can't wash in cold water. So it faded one of my shirts, and come to find out, she looked and the ink says they wash it in hot water. So before I send any of these things out, I want to try it again and make sure that mine don't fade out. And if they don't, then I'm going to start sending some of these shirts out. And if any of you guys want some after that, that's fine with me. We'll work out something later on. But I've got so many friends out here, and I only ordered 10 shirts. So you better be nice if you want one. All right. So I given y'all a Bigfoot print, or what we think is a Bigfoot print. In my mind it is, and that's my thoughts. But I leave it up to you guys to interpret whether it is or not. We have found multiple trees that are bent over with logs on top of them, and I've had a guy come up here and look at it and try to tell me how do you know that it is a tree bow from a suspected Bigfoot, and we have numbers of them. Last time we went out, I don't think I've done a film on it, but we went out and went to the edge. Yes, in the woods, in the woods at night, all night long. Yep. And anyways, when we got to the edge of the property that we're going to be on, we jumped a deer. And when the deer jumped, it crossed over just a little small creek. And when it did, it started to go up the hill and didn't. It cut to the right. I thought it might have cut left because I heard more crashing. But it was, hey Henry, how you doing, buddy? And the guy said it went to the right and didn't go uphill. Um, and the reason why we say that is because this hillside is where I suspect that they lay down at. Okay. And I'm curious if they really are laying down over there during the day. Legitimate question. If you do find one, what do you do? Hang on, man. This is for fun tonight. Like I said, I don't have no guests. I'm gonna put some of your comments on here. Hang on a minute. This is funny. That was a chicken nugget on that shirt. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny, Hugh Freeze. That is funny. Let's see here. No, it's not in my backyard. And let's see here. Yep, I'm just trying to catch up, guys. Like I said, that's just for fun. Just for fun. And one more right here. Let's see who's popped in right there. Oh, hang on. Hey, we're gonna have some more fun, guys. Hang on. I'll answer that question in just a minute. I can't wait. This is a real treat for me. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing just great. I'm doing just fine. How's your week going so far?
Hang on, I'm getting some back feed.
Okay.
I can't.
Oh, okay. Is you still back feeding?
Yeah, I don't know
Really?
what's going on.
For guys who don't know, this is Miss Vicky from Not So Perfect Bigfoot Show, one of my favorite shows. She is nothing but up and coming, buddy. She is just blowing it out of the water. I'm telling you, but I enjoy her so much. I'm so proud she got to come on tonight. That's great. Miss Sharon, I love to go camping, but it's been a long time since I went. Me too. I mean, it's been years. I had to break out my tent, my sleeping bags, my water jugs and everything else. It's been something else. All right. I have a little bit. It's been a while since I've been talking too. Legitimate question. If you find one, what do you do? Miss Vicky, what would you do if you find one?
I'm not going to make eye contact, okay? Be respectful as possible, and it really depends on your behavior. I think is how they're going to treat you. I mean, if you go in respectful, it depends on if you're dealing with a sass or a juvenile. Depends on if they have had bad experiences. But I think mostly I get is they're more curious of you than you are of them. There are some that are aggressive out there. I've heard some pretty aggressive stories,
Hmm.
but I think respect goes a long way, and I don't think that's would be the time to prove that you're trying to be alpha in the force. It's just my opinion.
You're spot on. You're very spot on. We must have went to the same school of thought. You know what I mean? That's right. I'll tell you what. And she does bring up a great, great point. Um,
Leave the
you get,
area.
yeah, what?
Alabama Tide said leave the area.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. He would. I know he would. Don't run. I'm gonna give you upfront advice right off the bat. Do not run. All right.
See,
I totally agree, Miss Sharon. Miss Vicky is a beautiful lady. Not only is she beautiful, she's very, very sweet, and that's rare to find. That's rare to find.
thank you, Sharon. I just ran to the bathroom and took my makeup off, and I said, like, you know what? We're all getting old. It's so good. Thank you, Sharon.
That's right. Hey, I think women look a whole lot better without makeup, just a smidge if you want to, but I like
Stephen,
natural.
I
And
love Stephen.
yeah, you're a very beautiful woman. Your husband is a lucky man. To be honest with you, John. How is Johnny doing?
Johnny's doing good. He is went fishing with his father today. They were out on the out off of Sneaks Ferry. He's He tries to go out there with his dad. His dad's getting older. He wants to make sure that he's safe, and you know, parents are everything.
Yes, they are.
Family,
But
family counts.
you make sure you tell him I was asking about him, and I hope he's doing okay. Would you do
I
that for
will.
me?
Can I read Steve Hughes' comment? He says, "I would sprout wings and fly, or be on my way to the gorge." Where's with that?
Oh, well, now, Hughes, let me put it this way to you. And Miss Vicky, I don't know if you've seen some of my stuff. I found a footprint, supposedly Bigfoot. We found a handprint, supposedly Bigfoot. We found tree bows, supposedly made by Bigfoot. And we've got certain audios from
Mhm.
visits we've been out there. Um, I think I've been whistled at. Don't know what that means. Not even sure about that.
That
Yeah,
means
people.
they think you're pretty sexy, buddy.
No, no, no. I must have had something in the seat of my britches other than my little butt.
I seen your footprint, and like I said, I was telling you that time. Uh, it's hard for me to, you know, give a good opinion on it, but I think you got some really good opinions on that. That you've got some positive feedback on that.
I think so. I think so because it's nothing else that I know of could be down in that little ditch line, whatever you want to call it, and the ground. I eventually went back about I'm gonna say a month later, and it was still there. Of course, it's been weathered a little bit, and I took pictures of it and measured it out and this and that kind of stuff. And the ground that it was on, I basically jumped on it, and I couldn't even make a dent in that ground. And that thing was go anywhere from an inch and three quarters to two and a quarter inches deep. You know, I couldn't do it. Anyways, but the handprint, yeah, did you see the handprint?
No, I think I saw Wayland's on the side of the house.
Yeah, no, we found a. I don't know if I can add that or not because I don't. I'm not even sure. I ain't even gonna worry with it because, like I said, tonight's just for fun. But yeah, we found I call it a piece of styrofoam that they shoot arrows into, I believe,
Hmm.
and it's that real thick stuff, and it's real hard. You can put your thumb on there, and I mean, you got to put everything you got into it just to make a little dent in it. And on the side of it is a handprint of four fingers. I don't remember seeing a number five, but some say it's there. You can see outline of a handprint of the palm. We can't do it. So, I mean, we just don't know, but it looks like a handprint, like it tried to shove it to the side or something. Um, there's just more indications.
I remember when you went out in your area, some people had doubts that you would find Bigfoot activity in the area. You've been all on top of it pretty good.
Well, my wife has. I'd call her my little Bigfoot hunter. Hey, she can. I don't know if it's because she's shorter than I am. I don't think that's it, but she can see them tree bows just as plain as day out there. Footprints. Well, I'm the one that can find footprints, uh, but she's the one that found the handprint. Uh, I don't know of any other quote evidence we had found out there outside of when me and my buddy went out. That was weird. That I think old Bear come up here and I done an interview with him. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Mhm.
And when we heard the tree knot shuffling in the ground,
No, I don't think
and
I caught that one.
okay, yeah, I was. He come up here. Oh, I'm gonna say back around Labor Day, something like that. And we went out in the woods, me and him and our wives, and we went to the edge of the property, and that's when we jumped this deer, and it jumped the creek, and deer usually run straight up the hill. And I told old Bear, I said, I think that's where they're laying down at during the day. It's cooler, um, it's not as hot, and it's well, you can see all kinds of ways. Let's put it that way. And sure enough, when that deer went up, it crashed into the bottom of the hill across the creek, and I thought it went to the left because I heard another crash. But old Bear said he seen it taking off to the right, and it didn't go up the hill, which is odd for a deer. So we wonder if uh, let me kind of catch up on these comments. We wonder if maybe I'm correct. Maybe something was over there watching us. We don't know. But anyways, we left from there. Yeah, you often wonder on a Bigfoot. I'm gonna put it to you like on Bigfoot hunts. I will not back up. I guarantee Miss Vicky won't back up. I mean, I know she'll be careful, but um, we're gonna find out, guys. I'm going to try my best while I got Miss Vicky on here is to get audio. If I can get audio, success of at least what we're trying to do. Go
Mhm.
ahead.
Well, tell me about this camp out and you bringing a rookie along with you. What kind of advice are you going to give them?
Vicky. I'm gonna lie, cheat, and steal. I'm gonna have that dude so scared he ain't gonna be able to sleep at night. I'm gonna tell you right now. He is. You remember somebody said they's gonna use you for squatch bait? I
Yeah,
got me some. I got,
squash baits are us. We need our own T-shirts if we're going to be squash bait. By the way, your shirt is Vicky approved. Love it.
you like it? I do. I
Now,
do
you
too.
know I would like it.
Oh, I have been trying to have his shirt made for probably 4 or 5 months, and I finally figured out that it got a nice lady that I met up in Salt Fork. Uh, her husband does Bigfoot stuff. Oh, excuse me, and he's a great guy. But anyways, they do T-shirts, and I told her what I wanted, and she said let her try, and I did, and I think she done a wonderful job. We just didn't know about the ink. When you get new shirts, you gotta wash them in cold water. Well, we done that, and it faded. And I told them about it, and or I said something to them about it, and they went and read the directions on it. It says to use hot water, do not use cold on the first washing. So, so hopefully that'll fix that. I'm gonna wash another one. This one right here. I'll wash it in hot water and see if it fades. If it don't, hey, I'm gonna start sending out shirts. You want one?
Absolutely. I've got an idea on what I want on my shirts. I just got to get it done. So I'm gonna get
Uh,
a Bigfoot in one of those little kid jeeps, driving it
yeah.
over stuff, and put the original Freedom Rider on it. I'm working on that.
I gotta see it when you get it done. Gotta see
Not
it.
as good as yours, though. Not as good as yours.
The
So,
best
question.
part of it, I'm sorry, I got that sarcastic attitude. You don't believe in Bigfoot, you can kiss my. So,
I like it.
how many sightings have y'all had? Do you think they might be attracted to berry bushes? I've heard this theory. Van, it's an open chat room, but if you want to come on and talk to me and Miss Vicky, if you wish, um, berry bushes. Now, what are you calling about berry bushes? Now, there's all kinds.
Blue, blackberry bushes, I think is what he's.
He
Um,
just
so I've never had a face to face, but I've had experiences, and we did catch something on video that's debatable. But what I saw was not a Bigfoot. It was a like one of those canine type cryptids. Would be a. But I've had experiences.
Yeah, well, I think he already knows. Yes, I have seen one, uh, and I have. I ain't gonna say multiple encounters, but I had a few encounters with him at that particular time. And of course, now what we're doing now, we're on suspect. So uh, Steven's a nut. I'm gonna tell you right now. You think I'm crazy?
They like blackberry moonshine, New York.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna have Bigfoot come in, sit down, drink a beer, and I'm gonna tell somebody because they ain't gonna believe me no way. I believe I said that on one of your shows one day. The Ames team, and the UFO Cowboys talking about. Uh, hey, let's see. Wait a minute. Uh, okay, yeah, that's cool, man. You was just invited. That's all. Uh, Go ahead, Vicky.
When going back to the question about the shows,
Hmm?
I've actually met a couple of people that have been on some of the shows, and they have actually had Bigfoot in sight and was going to take one out, and the producer jumped in front of the people and said, "If you
Really?
do that, we don't have a show." That's what I heard. Don't know how true it is, but they were on the show, so
I often wondered, Vicky, and I wonder if you thought the same thing. how many times you've seen these mountain man shows, Les Stroud's, what's some of these other um, shows that goes out in the woods a lot? You know what I mean? Survival skills and all that kind of stuff. I wonder how many of them have crossed paths with something that they just didn't know what it was, and if they
I,
did,
I bet that happens quite often. And Les Strauss, oh boy, he don't be playing. If he says he had an encounter or saw one, I'm pretty sure that I would believe him. I really do. I believe he's had experiences. He's really familiar with wildlife, the terrain, being outdoors, the surroundings, and I just I would say yeah on him if he said it,
oh yeah.
and that's what he's talking about. I would, to me, he has credibility with me. I mean, he's already made his millions. Well, I mean, why
Yeah,
lie about it?
I would think if he was to show a video of a Bigfoot or something walking out there, people would take it as legit, no doubts about it, because they know, you know. I hate to say it this way because I don't understand, but see, I wouldn't lie to you. If I show you a video of one walking, it's a video of one. I will not. And yeah, we joked and clown, but I will not show anything that I think is a fake. You know, none.
Agreed.
And if I show something, you take it. That's what it. Whatever it is, that's what it is. Whether it be a bear, it's up to somebody else's decision. Go ahead.
Well, let me ask you a question. I'd like to hear what the chat thinks about this. What do you think leads people to hoax? Because you get people that legitimately start out with the right way, the right intentions, and they get a lot of followers and get some clout, and then you catch them doing something and it's not so legit. What do you think that comes from? Do you have an opinion on that? When you
Most
obviously know it's a hoax, not
most I've seen some things here lately, and that's what bothers me. Is that AI can do so much nowadays, and it used to be what was CGI. Everybody was worried about. AI is just took it over by storm, and it's just incredible what you can do with it. And there are so many things that are popping out. I think I seen one. A buddy of mine sent me from Instagram where there is a supposed Bigfoot that turns and looks as it just right before it goes behind a tree, and then it doesn't show anything after that. And I think it's trying to lead folks to think that it disappeared behind that tree. I've seen deer do that. I don't know how many times, so that's not proving anything to me. But when it turned and looked, it had crazy ears, almost pointed, and it looked like it would be, in my mind, uh, kind of like a bear size, hairy creature, but it had like a face of a dog. Okay. And I could just tell this ain't real. This can't be real. All right, let's see here. Expedition. They'll never show it, Steve.
no.
They'll never show it. There's too much money to be made in not showing it. Uh Expedition Bigfoot, yeah, okay. I have sat here, Miss Vicky, and watched shows. A Bigfoot is supposed to be just beyond them, probably about 20, maybe not even 20 yards, maybe 15, 10 yards behind these trees and bushes. And it's making an awful amount of racket, throwing stuff. And they specifically come there to find a Bigfoot. If you want to know for sure, what are you going to do? Are you just going to turn tail and run? Or are you going to try to get it to come out?
Honestly, that depends on the circumstances leading up to that. If I'm in the area where they said they were going to be aggressive, I don't know how I would handle that if I come in that. I know standing your ground's really important, and I know if I have a partner, I'm gonna stay there with my partner. No matter how my monitor's going out, no matter how bad my knees are shaking. But I don't have nothing to prove. But I think if you're going out there and that's your purpose of going out there and you're that close to them, I mean, you're going to have your gear set up trying to catch it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I just couldn't understand it. I watched them and they all get scared and they poof, they take off. And at least get video. Don't
Just
show me a
look.
tree shaking, something making noise. That could be anything. Come on, just show me a video. That's
Gotta,
what you're there for,
you
and
gotta
that's
put
what.
on a show.
Yeah, you want to do it. Let's do it. Let's see it. Let's see. Yeah, we are mostly Bigfoot focused. But would I ever cover any other cryptids? Yeah,
Yeah,
yep. I
not with
have a
me.
little. Yep, I've done with Miss Vicky. I've talked to Ryan, and he was going to come on and talk to us, but he run into something and couldn't do it. But I have talked to him lately, and he's willing to come on and do some discussion, not particularly do an interview. You know what I mean? And just
Oh,
come on, like me and you are, like me
I
and you
love
are.
Ryan. I love him, love
I do
him, love him.
too. He, I want the people to meet him. I know a lot of people met him on your show, but I want some of my folks to meet him because he's a great guy. I love how he just carries himself. Uh, I'm
Dogman, yes. Mothman, yeah. I mean, possibilities. I think for me to assume that there's more than what I can imagine out there would be wrong, and I'd probably get corrected on that the hard way.
or dog man werewolves. What do you think?
I don't think so.
I don't either. I don't either. I don't either. Let me say this. Right here is one of them. Uh, I believe her 100%. I've got one, two, three, probably three or four others that tell me there are such things as dogmen. Just much like uh, a lot of people have a hard time believing that there's a Bigfoot. Most of the people are sitting at home in their couch watching these expedition Bigfoot shows, finding Bigfoot, and thinking folks is crazy. You know, and I can understand that. But they never get out in the woods. They never, when they do, it's within a certain realm of comfort that they're not going to get out there. Like. And by the way, guys, I'm not going to say or I can't show because I don't even have it. I don't want it. Uh, Miss Vicky does have a picture of something very strange in the woods, and she showed it to me. Now I'm kind of curious about that one. That was kind of like, she might be a little bit too close here.
Yeah, it was like I don't know. It's on my YouTube. Y'all can go look and check it out.
Oh, so it is on there.
I put it up there so people can just make their determination. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, and I know it was kind of hard, but that's like I told you, I look for roundness in the woods.
like this.
And there, sure enough, is something round, and it sure enough looks. Well, I'll put it to you this way: if I see it and I'm there and I'm filming and I recognize it, well, we're gonna find out what we really will do.
And well, I never knew it was there when I recorded it. So if you go on my YouTube channel and you pull it up, it says black creature turns its head and looks at it because this creature literally turned its head like when we're walking by, it literally just followed me. And I'm running my mouth to my friend Richard. And Richard had a Class A sighting not far from there, and I'm just first time ever out Bigfoot and anything. And I'm just japping my jaws. I just happened to see a game trail, turn my phone and running my mouth, and I turned it back. And one of my friends, I said on the video forever, I was about to delete it, send it to one of my friends overseas. And they saw it, and I'm like, oh God, we never knew. But one of my friends slowed it down. I'm trying to find the original where it was not altered, because I'd rather show the whole thing without it being, slowed down, because I think it's more authentic like that. But when I find it, I'll put that one up there too. So I apologize for cutting you off. But
No,
there was also something. Oh, Dogman, Leonard. We get a lot of Dogman reports, or I like to call them the canine cryptids, around Cape Fear River and around military bases for some reason. So.
I wonder if is that a going or more of a common theme? I'm gonna say that they're being spotted around military bases.
Well, if you think about it, look at Fort Bragg or Fort Liberty, as they call it now. that it's a mostly wooded area that's uncontaminated. I mean, you get a lot of hiking, you get a lot of drills in there, but literally, if you take the city of Fayetteville that's right beside it and you set Fort Bragg on over, you know, Fayetteville on the map, you were looking at a wooded area about the size of a city. So I imagine that with the tunnels there and the wildlife and just it being a good area for anything to thrive. I think that's my opinion, and I like to hear other people's opinion on that.
Well, I'm gonna say this: coming from Alabama, the North Alabama, they've got the Redstone Arsenal there, and a lot of stuff that I'm hearing is across the river. Uh, things is very wooded, rattlesnake country, I call it. Um, and from what I'm hearing, that there's sightings over there. Well, that ain't nothing but a little short swim for a creature to come over to the Redstone Arsenal. Uh, there was a report that was done on the BFRO of a sighting that was once seen behind the Marriott. The Marriott is butted up right against the Redstone Arsenal. Now, I ain't saying it dog man. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying there was some kind of sightings there. And there's certain areas there that you cannot get into. If you do, you are met with M16s or whatever they carry nowadays. Back then it was M16. What do they carry nowadays? AR-15s now?
Yeah, and the M5s.
Is
I
that what
don't
they
know.
carry now? But
I
that's what
don't
you,
know. That's just a guess.
yeah, that's what you get met with, and you can't go back there. Now there are certain areas you can deer hunt, but there's a certain mountain you don't get on at all. Who is the alpha cryptic Bigfoot? Dog man?
Bigfoot's got
Yeah.
longer arms. Duh.
Well, now that's an unfair thing. Yeti is supposed to be bigger, but in the code, uh, if you was going to have a meeting between the two, it
Was
would
this
be
in the
Bigfoot and
swamp?
Dogman. Hmm?
Would this be in the swamp or in a cold environment?
That's a good question.
You're right.
If we're going to play Wonderland here, that's a good
Yeah.
question.
Thank you, Henry.
Yeah, M4, M5. I'll bring back the M16s. I love them things. But anyways, oh, as far as the dog man goes, I'm in that kind of a category. I have yet to see anything. Uh, I really would like a little bit more concrete of a footprint. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I don't necessarily have to see video, but indisputable footprint. Um, I'm talking to a lady now that tells a story of a sighting she had, and quit that, you're distracting me.
Well, I had to straighten my shirt. I look like I just finished drinking a 40. I'm sorry. Trying to be respectful, sir.
uh, but she says that in her description, and maybe I should let her, get on there and tell it, but uh, it had pointed ears and a long snout, and she thought she was seeing a Bigfoot. And I questioned her on it, and I said, "What about those ears?" And she said, "Well, the ears was pointed, and when she said something to it, it kind of tilted his head and out. It kind of tilted his head at her, and I'm like, okay, you're not messing around with a Bigfoot. Matter of fact, there's my buddy. Hey, Neil, how you doing? He's down. Nobody tell him what I said in the beginning of the show, okay? But this is one of the guys that's coming with me come Saturday.
Oh man, I feel bad for you, Neil. Well, he already told some stuff.
Oh yeah, yep. No, he's brave enough to come with me. He's going to have a good time.
Yeah.
He's going. At least
Explain
I
the
will.
Redstone Arsenal to me.
Redstone Arsenal is where Dr. Von Braun done a lot of his work for NASA and all that kind of good stuff. And of course, at that time, it was an army base, small, but it was an army base. NASA pretty much took over half the land there and buildings and such like that because uh, Warner von Braun was working there, and that's where um, Oh, the rockets and everything come up from. If you go to Huntsville, they've got what do they call that down there on the parkway? I know it so, and I've seen it, know it all my life. I can't even think of the name of it right now. But basically, it's a museum of rockets, the story of, um, and of course, you got your rides, and it's a kid type deal, and that's very educational. But yeah, that's where it basically come from, and it's got some mountains, a lot of woods, and stuff like that on it. But it's basically just a little small army base. It's not a big one. Now, like Fort Bragg, you're talking about nothing like that. No.
I think Neil should jump in the chat because I gotta get off.
Neil. Oh, well, hang on a second. Uh,
Space and rockets. Not worried. Not worried.
Space it.
Sounds like a challenge to me. He said he's not worried.
Okay, Neil or Doug, if you want to jump on here, there's the link. All you got to do is come on. Neil, you're welcome. Come on. Douglas, you are. Well, actually, anybody you want to come on here, that's fine with me. Like I said, this is just for fun tonight. I wanted to tell everybody what I was doing this weekend, and I will be going live, Miss Vicky, uh, probably before it gets dark, so everyone gets to meet everyone. Just do like a 10, 15-minute video or something if we see something already. Just kind of basically show the whole layout of what we're doing. And later on that night, if it'd probably be kind of late for everybody else, probably about 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11, somewhere around there. Do another one and tell folks what's been going on between then and now. And if something really does happen and it's late in the morning, come on, just look at there. There it is. That way they can't take it down real quick.
You know the great thing about having a camp out or a meet and greet? Even if you have no experience, just the fellowship and the food and the company is the best thing. It's a win-win.
Exactly. Exactly. And they're going to get to hear some stories. And I'm going to lay it on thick. Neil ain't going to get a bit of sleep all night long
The
when I
Marriott is
get.
what it's on a Bigfoot. Ryan, right there. That's why you need Ryan on the show. Or Steve.
Yeah, I'm going to get him. Doug is going to come on the show. We're going to do some what I call some crazy stuff. Talk about Wendigo, skinwalkers, um, any other cryptid that we might could find. Uh, just for fun. And I said something to Ryan, and he said, yeah, he would do something like that. So when I get him on here, just to have a little discussion, have some fun with it. I really think these guys will find him fascinating. Well, let's see. I have a hard time with skinwalkers. Not sure if human can change into animals unless they are demons. Ugh, don't know that I'd want to fool
Stay
with
away
it.
from that dark stuff.
With her, with her. Okay. Yeah, I told you this story too a while ago. This is my. Go ahead.
They're they're connected to Plum Island too, which is now in your area of the woods. It come in from I think Plum Island originally was it Connecticut or New York where they did all the animal experiment. Then I think they went to Indiana and the Plum Island where they did the experiments on the animals. You remember what I'm talking about? And it fell under the Department of Agriculture, and they were having some weird stuff wash up on the shorelines.
Mm,
You know what I'm? But they were
yeah.
linked to the Nazi scientists too.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Now that leads me to a question, and this is just your opinion. I don't care. Do you think Dogman originally come from the government?
I don't know. I don't know. There's so much strangeness going on in the world now. It's some people say Nephilian. Say that word for me. Nephilim.
Oh, Nephilim.
Some people say it's hybrids. Some people say it was government created, which would be a hybrid. I have no idea. But don't you think it's strange they're around? A lot of encounters are around military bases.
Yeah, that and nuclear plants,
Yeah,
and
that might
that's
be why
called
they grow so big.
radioactive. Uh, well, and the reason I asked that question, have you ever heard of Helltown in Ohio?
I've heard of Helltown. Is that where the guy had the experience and it was coming up the vacant warehouses? And
Let me think. Let me think. Uh,
there's so many out there.
well, this one, oh, by the way, what I had up there, guys, somebody asked, her show. Let me throw it back up there real quick, guys.
What?
There we are. Not so perfect Bigfoot show, and subscribe to her on YouTube. As Miss V, Miss Vicky, however you want to call it, she'll answer to both of them. But there you go. To answer your question.
It, Douglas, it could be from, it says, why not Dogman is from the government. Look who is running. You're very correct. But at the same time, why wouldn't, I mean, if it can be a weapon of war. I mean, they used to, get
That's what I
people.
was wondering. If it was something like a vicious soldier that what they was looking for.
Well, that's where they used to take Irish wolfhounds in war. I mean, big difference from a dog man, but why not use them as a weapon? But that's the thing, we don't know. I mean, we don't know. It's all a guessing game. But I really believed that the government does some crazy stuff. Some
Hey,
crazy.
if they'll put a bomb on a dadgum dolphin and send it out to try to hit a submarine, they won't stop at nothing,
Oh, that was naughty.
But I'm telling the truth. I'm
Yeah,
telling the truth.
that was. But when you stop and you think about things like the Philadelphia experiment, and there's been so
Mhm.
many, um, the remote viewing, mind speaking, those. I mean, that's in the CIA.
Yes, it is.
That's on the CIA website. So why wouldn't they create something they could just? I mean, are they using them as guard dogs, or are they using them to kill and attack
That's
people
what
that
I'm
are a
wondering.
threat? I
Do you
mean,
think something might have got out? And
yeah.
okay, go ahead. You think so?
That, that's a possibility, because when you go back to Plum Island, that's what they did. They crossbred animals, and there was actually a body that washed up on the shore. And this is, you can find articles about this, where it was a black male, and if I'm not mistaken, he had holes drilled in his head, but his hands were like 3 times larger than what a normal man's hand would be. So when
Mhm.
you start looking at that, Plum Island is something I think that ties into everything, but we never talk about it.
I'm gonna have to look it up because
Yeah.
I'm still fresh up here, and I don't know nothing about it. Now I have checked into a little bit onto Helltown. Helltown was supposed to be some kind of town that was built up, back in the old days, but they were being terrorized by something out in the woods. Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking as soon as she said it. But the island of Doctor Moreau,
Yeah.
Marlon Brando, Val Kilmer.
Real truth and
Yeah,
all of that. But
yeah,
Hell Island or Helltown was,
yeah, yeah. It was terrorized by what people would describe as a Wendigo, and of course, they made a little uh, video about it, and let me put that up here. And they had this guy was they said something about the military or somebody had this guy was checking out the story that the military come in there, was supposed to wipe out stuff and some didn't return, that kind of stuff.
uh,
And they said that there was rumors of underground facilities. And this guy now take it with a grain of salt. It's kind of like a movie. The guy goes down in this hole. He finds the facilities. There's break rooms with a bunch of chairs, tables, and they find a enclosed chamber that had a big glass in it, and it was broken. And they wonder if something got out. Uh, who knows? But they say actually Helltown is a real deal. Now I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna check that out. I may end up checking that out.
Well, I do have to go, but I'll leave this food for thought. If you ever listen to Sean Ryan's podcast, he
Hmm.
actually talks to people. Um, and it was Fort Bragg, North Carolina, where the guy went in there with his dad. His dad was a contractor, and I guess he would go in and redo the shoot rooms underground in the underground tunnels where they were trained. And he saw granite levitating with nothing around it. So if they have that capability and that there's that strangeness in those underground tunnels where you're getting very credible people, coming on a program of that caliber, talking about the tunnels and the granite
Hmm.
levitating, and there's endless possibility to what's out there and what they've done, because we are all just an experiment at the will of the big man.
Well, I'll
And
tell you what, Waylon would eat this up right now. Uh, he has told me, and he's told me a similar story of what you were just now talking about. He sure did. And well, he's got some, whew, the stuff he tells me, it will blow your mind.
I
It will.
like to tap that man's brain, but I do have to go. Are you going to take
Yep.
me out of here?
Yeah, I guess I will if you're going to make me twist my freaking arm.
Bye,
Thank,
y'all.
thanks for coming on the show with us. Before you leave, one more time, uh, just to let you know how much I appreciate you coming on. Thank you. Not so perfect Bigfoot show, Miss Vicky, Miss V, however you want to call her. She's a wonderful lady. We all love her to death. But I will get her out of here. Big thanks for coming on the show, hon.
Bye.
See you later. Sorry, guys. I needed something to drink. Oh, me too. Me too. Mm, me too. Uh, sorry. Van Average. I wouldn't put it beyond our government to dabble on making super soldiers. That's what I'm getting at. I think COVID has tentatively been rumored associated with chemical weapon research. Don't doubt it at all. Oh, no, I hadn't lined up a guest. She just, out of her good nature and her good heart, she decided to come on, help me out a little bit tonight. I didn't even let Waylon know because I come in so late tonight, guys. So, and by the way, try to keep Waylon in your prayers. He's had a hard time here in the last 2 weeks, and a little sickness going around. And so, y'all keep him in your mind, would you, if you wouldn't mind? We'll try to have Waylon back on next Thursday. So, y'all just keep him in your hearts and prayers if you can, if you don't mind. Oh, let's see here. I love it that my buddy can't even spell Icebox. Kills me. But anyways, guys, that's what's going on. We've got some equipment that we're going to be using. That I've got this new stuff. We'll have thermal. I was trying to get it downloaded tonight, but it wasn't able to, not in time, and so I got to check it out uh, and see what's going on there, so I can show you guys what the thermal shows me. Anyway, any have opinions about Bigfoot, UFO, or interdimensional beings? Yeah, but mine's gonna piss off people. I'll tell you that much. I don't. I'll just flat out tell you guys. I mean, I don't want to down anybody in their own personal opinions, but I don't believe Bigfoot is UFO related or interdimensional, where they can step in portals or um, spirit world or anything like that. To me, and I've always been this way, is they're flesh and blood, and that's it. Now, do they? People want to say, well, do they have supernatural powers or superpowers? No, I don't think so. Uh, they can't just sit there and go, beam me up, Scotty. Uh, I don't think they can fly or anything else. I don't believe that they're going to sit down and talk to you and have a conversation. Okay. What I do believe, and this is just my own opinion, nobody else's, I don't care, from me only. I believe they're flesh and blood. They are a higher. how am I going to say, higher intelligence than a chimpanzee? Do they speak all kinds of different languages? I don't know. If they've been around for years with their type of intelligence, I can see that they can learn something. You know, we can teach chimpanzees and gorillas stuff. You know, they've been around. I'm not going to doubt that at all. I just would have to hear it to believe it. Uh, their size and their strength. If you go down to Brazil, you'll find the skinniest people you ever see in your life, and they can climb trees in the blink of an eye. Okay, so people that are out in the woods. Now, I do have questions myself. What would you do, and to be staying hidden for all these years? And how would your basically what would be your lifestyle in a frame of a day? You know, is do you just sleep, eat, go to bed again, you know, mess around a little bit? Is that how your existence is supposed to be? I don't know. You know, I have questions. But anyways, let's see here. Ancient test Marco Polo, the great I mentioned dog man headed people. Yeah. And you know, Egypt's got them other things, and you know, it's always something that can. I don't know everything, but I do know that what I'm trying to do now is not going to be. I don't believe one's going to be right there in front of me, and if I reach out and try to touch it, it's going to disappear or cloak or any of those things. I just don't believe it. It's just I'd have to see it, and I've had people uh, make comments. I've got this video of this and video of that. I told him send it to Waylon, and Waylon will make sure that I get it. Okay, and nothing, you know. So you know, I'm not going to tell you don't tell me that, but if you're going to back it up, just back it up. You know, I'll give you a fair shake on it. I really will. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I talked. I think I talked to the whole family of them near Paint Rock one time. You said the magic word, Paint Rock. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. All right. All right, guys. Give you a little update because I'm fixing to get out of here. Like I said, we've done this just for some fun, to give you guys an update. We did get to come on last week, and Van Edwards put a curse on me, so I had to come on this week so I don't die. But anyways, there's the shirts. I'm going to give most of these shirts away because of everybody that's been really good to me and stuff. And I only had 10 made, and I'm sorry, but I did. Yeah, there we go. Let me get this off right here, please. And that's what's on the back. Yep. And that's what I'm wearing right now. I will be washing this shirt in hot water to make sure it doesn't fade. If it does not, I will be starting to send these things out. If anybody wants one that doesn't get one, let me know. I can have some more made. It's not a big deal. It's just a big experiment for us. But I love it. I love it. I do. I do. We are going camping this weekend with Mr. Neil Decker. He is coming with me. I've got another buddy of mine that I think wants to remain anonymous, um, but he's going with us, and we are going out probably about 1 or 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Set up camp. Like I said, we will have thermal. We will have an action camera, and we will have our phones. I will be doing some shows a couple times, so you guys come and catch us Saturday also. But we miss you guys, and after this week, I will start trying to get some more guests to come on. But I'm having fun right now, so I'm enjoying it. Glad you guys come be with us tonight. But I'm getting out of here. Uh, Remember Saturday. I will be probably doing kind of like right before it gets dark, so you can meet Neil and this other guy. I wished it was Van. Van was invited. He can come up anytime he wants to. I don't know prices on it, Van, as far as that goes. I don't know. I mean, I know how much I paid, but I don't know. If it gets, I don't know how many I'm gonna have, given out, and I'm supposed to give one who is this one right here is the Patty. Um, the guy that done this one, he wants a shirt, so they'll trust me, they'll dwindle down pretty quick when I start turning them loose. But anyways, when I find out, I'll let you guys know, and we can get them and get them sent out if y'all want one. I think yellow looks pretty good. It don't show up well in charcoal or black because I want a black T-shirt. And I don't know if I can get this printed off in vinyl now. You could probably go black that way, and I think black would look sharp. I do. All right, but anyways, guys, we're gonna do a live late at night. So if you want to catch us late at night, and catch up with what's happened during the night, and if something actually does happen, I will come on air and you guys come on, be with us if you get a chance. Thanks for being with me tonight, guys. I appreciate every one of y'all. I don't have my intros on tonight. Like I said, I jumped on real quick. For those that know, I do some football programs and I have to make room for everything. So I didn't have time tonight. So y'all look on me tonight. And guys, y'all have a great rest of your week. Going into your weekend, y'all be careful, y'all be safe, and y'all take care. And